Thanks to an unconditional grant from our generous sponsor, Teva Neuroscience, we're happy to offer this educational clip concerning multiple sclerosis. This clip will help you prepare for your visit to a neurologist so you can make the most of it.
It's important to, to be prepared when you go see your neurologist, because you see them like every 3 months, every 6 months, or even a year sometimes. So that's why you have to be prepared, and you have to know what you want to say.
I think in many cases it's very helpful for patients to come to their visits accompanied by somebody.
Especially when you just find out about the new diagnosis, when you're newly diagnosed. I think it's the crucial time that you need somebody with you.
What can happen is that when you receive a diagnosis, it's obviously a time that can be very difficult for people. So you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling stressed, and you may only hear certain things and not hear others, or remember certain things and not remember others. If you have somebody present with you, then if you tend to forget something, forget to ask a question, that person can cue you and say, oh yes, you wanted to ask the doctor this question or that question. And then I think it's also helpful in that it's also somebody else who can be listening to the discussion and listening to the advice that your neurologist is providing you with. So when you do go home later and you're wondering, what is it that they said again about X or Y, then they may help to be able to jog your memory and say, I remember him telling you that this may be helpful in this instance. So I think in those instances it's very helpful to have somebody who accompanies you to the visits.
The first couple trips to the neurologist were a little daunting. My husband would come with me because it was really sort of an emotional trip. But I've since graduated to going on my own. I definitely value the time that I have with my neurologist, and I do everything that I can to prepare in advance so that it's time well spent with him.
The best way to prepare for a clinic visit is really to think about how has your illness been over the last period of time? What kinds of symptoms have you had since your last clinic visit? Is there anything kind of new that's been happening? Do you have any new symptoms?
I think it's good to come with a list of symptoms, and also to come with your list of medication, your actual list, and also the medication you got not only from the neurologist but from other doctors.
You can go to the pharmacy, your pharmacy, and ask them to print out a list of the medications that you're taking, and you can bring that with you to the clinic visit. That's something that's always helpful for us. In addition to bringing a list of medications that you're taking, it's also really important that you bring with you a list of any natural products that you may be taking or alternative therapies that you may be using. In addition to that, it's really important for us to know of any over-the-counter medications that you may be taking. You can also bring with you a list of any questions that you have or concerns that you may be having, or things that may help kind of jog your memory while you're here at the clinic. When a patient comes in and they're able to clearly identify their top concerns or things that they really want us to address at their clinic visit, and they're coming in with a comprehensive list of medications, it's easier for the neurologist to then gather the information and to make decisions about what's been working and what's not been working, and what do we need to address that we haven't addressed well so far, that hasn't been working for the patient very well so far.
I will go in with an updated journal or diary of my condition since I last met with him, so he can take a quick look and he knows what exactly has happened since the last visit. And I will bring in on paper a list of questions to make sure that there's nothing that I don't ask him in the time that I have with him.
Another thing that can be helpful also is to wear kind of loose-ish fitting clothing, that if we would like to evaluate injection sites, that we could then easily kind of remove your clothes to be able to have a look at the sites and see how you're managing with your injections. Another thing that's important to remember when you do come to the visit with the neurologist is to bring your glasses with you so that we can evaluate your vision. It's also very important if you could bring with you any test results that you have. So if you have gone to see another doctor, or if you've had a test done at another hospital or at another center, then you can certainly ask them for a copy of the results. And if you could bring a copy of the results with you to your visit, that's certainly helpful for us. It's also very useful if you do have an MRI done at another facility, to ask them if you can have a CD-ROM of the MRI, and you can bring that with you to your clinic visit so that the neurologist here can have a look at it with you.
They don't have the time also to play like detective to find out what is your real problem and what you have and what kind of symptoms you have. So that's why you have to be prepared.
Being well prepared has a positive impact on patients. A nurse can certainly be helpful in helping you to prepare for a visit. Nurses play, I think, a very important role in helping patients just to learn about the disease in general. The other thing that a nurse, I think, can help you with is to be able to just focus some of the concerns that you may be having. So they may be able to help you highlight your top concerns. Sometimes we will help you to try to sort through what is it that you're most concerned about, what is it that you would like us to help you most with at the clinic visit.
What I like the most is when I see somebody and they have symptoms and they're not sure, or when they call at the clinic and they have a difficult situation and I can help them with it.
What I like most about my job is really the contact that I have with patients. It's being able to, I think, be there for patients and listen to them and to try and help them find better ways to live with their illness.
For more information on this topic, don't hesitate to contact us at 1-800-268-7582 or visit our website at www.mssociety.ca/QC.